If you follow like similar YouTubers like I do, you've probably at some point seen this clip by Jay Schlatt.
Who brought himself out to a ranch in Enumclaw, Washington, and got himself fucked to death by a stallion.
From what I got from the clip is that the dude just had like extremely bad luck and went to like a ranch just to chill out for a day, and a horse decided to pick him as his funny little sex victim. And I just kind of rolled with that story until one day my dad, I told it to him, and he told me that it is the dumbest story he's ever heard and there's no way that it is real. And I decided that from that point on, I would question everything YouTubers said unless I myself have also done extensive research on it. Y'all really want to hear the story of Mr. Hands? So in 1970, many states at the time had criminalized sex acts such as anal and oral. They decided to just revoke those laws because who cares? But the catch was that bestiality became legal, which we all know should not be legal. So now fast forward where we meet our good old pal and the main character of this story, Kenneth Pinyan. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He was just a regular dude who was also a Boeing engineer. But none of this really matters because we just need to get to the good parts, which is when he got in a motorcycle accident and couldn't feel certain sensations anymore, mainly sexual. So naturally, like all good people do, he got into extreme fisting and dildos. In the early 2000s, our buddy here, Kenneth, had found an online group of men who had been nicknamed zoos. And essentially these zoos, they would meet up at farms in Washington and record each other getting fucked by horses and then would have sex with one another. I wish I was joking. But the real kicker is that they would post these videos on the internet so other people could watch them get fucked by horses and then each other. And their method of getting the horse to was pretty cool. Just kidding, it's fucking horrifying. They would essentially take horse pheromones and rub it on their asshole. So naturally the horse would be a lot more compliant to fucking the shit out of these dudes. Also, from what the Wikipedia article, it's implied that these men were not actually zoophiles, just big dick fans. And that Kenneth actually once made a cast penis made of his favorite horse, Strut. So from the looks of it, they just like big dick, no matter what it was on. So the actual incident that got Kenneth killed happened on one of his bonding buddies' 40-acre farm. The guy named James Michael Tate. Yeah, so Kenneth, James, and unidentified man went to the farm. And, this was a regular thing for them because they had named one of the horses Big Dick. I want you all to take a wild guess on which horse actually, killed Kenneth. Was it Kenneth? So after James's turn with the horse, Kenneth handed him the camera, and it was his turn to, with that horse. And on July 2nd of 2005, an unidentified man dropped Kenneth off at a hospital, and he was declared dead. And the cause was acute peritonitis. Got it. The death was deemed accidental. A bunch of officers had taken, Kenneth's ID, found the family and friends, and used security footage to find the sex farm. And at the farm, they found 100 VHSs and DVDs of the men popping them horses. Is that the right term? I shouldn't have said it like that. And obviously, everyone wanted these dudes locked up, so they tried to find everything. And the only cause they could get them on was trespassing. Yeah, they weren't supposed to be on the farm, but because none of the horses were actually harmed and voluntarily, with some seductive methods, all the horses just kind of voluntarily. The men, I'm going to be skipping some stuff because I don't care. Essentially, after the events, a video popped up on the internet known as Mr.Hands, or Two Guys, One Horse, depending on what website you went to. I don't know how fucking early internet worked. I was barely alive. It went viral, obviously, and was deemed one of the first viral, internet videos, which is terrifying that this is what viral used to be. So our pal James, who was at the event where Kenneth died, you know, the big old horse orgy. This is an orgy? There's 3 guys and a horse, technically. So anyways, he was given like a fine of like $300 and told to never step foot on that farm, which is honestly not that big of a deal if you're anyone. Like, just a trespassing fine. He eventually moved to another farm owned by Kenny Thomason? What the fuck? On October 13th of 2009, a woman named Christy D. Morris, who was associated with the 2 men, was arrested and charged for counts of animal cruelty, and 2 days later, a photo of a man having sex with a horse on Thompson's ranch was emailed to investigators by an anonymous source. Obviously, both James and Kenny were charged with animal cruelty, and in 2010, Tate pleaded guilty for engaging in horse sex, and obviously, he was given the electric chair. Fuck people who fuck animals. Fuck them. Fuck zoophiles. They're the worst, they're the fucking worst breed of human I've ever met. Who wants to have sex with an animal? It's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. No one, you're not cool. Don't fuck an animal. They are animals. They do not understand consent because they don't have human brains. Don't fuck your dog. That's to pad out the video time.